Greetings everyone, welcome to Chess Advanced, and this is a game from the FIDE Chess Olympiad 2024, and this is a game between two extremely strong players. With the black pieces we have the current reigning world champion Gukesh, and with the white pieces we have Parham Maghsoodloo. So what happened was basically India was playing Iran. Arjun won, Vidit won, and Prague drew his game. And now here it's all on Gukesh. India has already won the game 2.5 to 0.5, but if Gukesh wins, that would be absolutely domination there on the board. But so let's see what happens because he's with the black pieces and he has been absolutely crushing everyone, and that to be the cold glare. I mean, he's not even looking back at who he is playing. He's just crushing people left and right. And so this is going to be one epic matchup. So without further ado, let's start with this game. Here d4 was played by Parham, but Gukesh goes for d5, goes c4, e6, knight to c3, and c5. Just going for the Tarash defense. We have c captures, e captures, knight to f3, knight to f6, and now just going for g3. Now this is a three knights variation, symmetrical fiend Keto kind of setup. We have knight to c6, bishop to g2, and this is now four knights. I mean, this is Rubinstein or Prague variation. We have bishop to c5, knight to b3, attacking the bishop, bishop back to c6, and castles. And here just a very nice d4 by Gukesh, just throwing it in the mix. Maybe if you're interested in castling, giving up the bishop pair early, maybe just you want to take a little bit of a risk because your light square would be weak. Obviously not going for anything crazy, but here just knight to a4, castles, and rook to e1, h6, bishop to f4, and now just going for this bishop to e6. This bishop is extremely powerful, and this bishop is eyeing this. You have the bishop pair with the black pieces, and that would be really good. So here knight b to c5 was played. Both of the bishops are now targets of the knights, so you could have insane exchanges now. Bishop to d5 was played, but now just goes for this knight caps on b6, a captures, knight captures on b7, and now queen to d7. Here just e4, and I mean, d captures on e4 is obviously the move that you would want to play in this position because knight is being defended. Yes, you are attacking it twice. I mean, yes, you are attacking it twice, but it's also being defended twice. Your knight is hanging, and everything is just really crazy in this position. And if you look at it, the best way to play in this position is, I mean, you would never want to capture with the rook simply because of the fact that it just like kind of traps the bishop because there is no squares here. And move like g5 looks very very strong. I mean, it's not strong, but it's just looks very ugly if you think about it. Like, let's say you play rook captures. I mean, you can see that the position just doesn't it's just not good. And I mean, it's not a blunder, but it's just not the best move. Instead of d captures, you could go f captures, and it seems more logical to go for this because here after queen caps on b7, you go bishop caps on d5, rook f to d8 now, and here after bishop caps on c6, queen captures. Material is equal, but here the bishop looks absolutely amazing. Yes, the queen is attacked, so you can move the queen, but after knight to e4 and like rook a to d1, rook captures, rook captures, rook captures on a2, you get this position where black's pieces are very good. You have an attack on the you have an attack here on the second file. The knight is very strong here on e4, and queen is eyeing amazingly here. So maybe he was a little bit scared, and I think that's why he just didn't want to go for all of this. But then again, I have no understanding of why Parham went in this position. Rook caps on e3, maybe something with his preparation, or I don't know. Here's knight to b4 was played, but now just comes this knight to d6, and now just comes bishop captures, king captures, rook a to d8, and now there's extreme pressure on that knight. Rook to b3, but now just knight b d5, bishop to e5, and just queen to e6. And again, lot of pressure, a lot of pieces, and you have to be very much careful here. You can technically do that, technically speaking. And hey, queen to d4, and now I think it was right time for Gukesh to actually take charge and go for rook captures on d6. And here after bishop captures, queen captures, you play rook to e1 and just take control of the open file. And black is doing extremely fine here. These knights are defending themselves. You can just get the rook. You have two pieces for the rook, and yes, you are a pawn down. Not, I mean, not a pawn down technically speaking, but again, it's a 1-2 advantage here on the queen side, so you have to be a little bit careful. But I think two knights in the end game would be much stronger than a bishop, much more stronger than a rook, so you have to understand that. And if this game goes to endgame, I mean, Gukesh would be definitely winning, and I think that's what he did in the last game as well against VE. He had two knights against a rook, and he was completely winning. So there is no point in actually going for it. And but here after queen to d4, just knight to g4 was played, and I think if Gukesh had gone for that, that would be very winning for him, but he didn't. And let's see what happens now. Rook to d1, knight to e7, and now just goes for bishop captures. And I think the move with the knight here, I think, was not that great because it gives black this bishop captures, which is very annoying. But after knight to f5, I mean, your queen is attacked, this is attacked, knight is attacked. It's very crazy. And queen to f4, still keeping the pressure, and here just knight caps on g7. So here you are technically a pawn down, but the position is still completely drawn, simply because the fact that you cannot defend everything, you cannot keep everything intact. And I think that's the idea, because here just rook caps on b6 was played, and now you have 2 pawns. And yes, you're a piece down, but in technical technical engine language, if you must, it's still a draw. And here after f5, h3 was played, just kicking the knight back, knight to e5, and just knight to c4. Knight to c4 is a very, very weird move by Parham. I don't know what he was thinking. He opened up an attack against the queen. Yes, the rook is defending it, but it just isn't the best move. The best move in this position is maybe to go for a move like a4, because all your pieces are very, very perfectly placed. The queen is guarding everything. Yes, these knights cannot move, these rooks are just there on the back rank. You cannot move the queen because everything would be hanging. So here a move like a4 would actually make sense. But after knight to h5, you have to understand that the queen is under attack. What do? Let's say you play a move like queen to h4. There is no actual way to defend this, because this square is not not available. Neither is this square available, so you cannot defend it. And if you go here, the position absolutely crumbles apart, because there are a lot of tactics involved with the rook being on the same file as the queen. So here after knight to g7 and going for this, most likely we'll see a threefold repetition, and the game would end in a draw. So that's why maybe he went knight to c4, but this just completely blunders the game, because here just queen captures was played, and now after rook captures, and just going for queen captures, the position is actually really completely losing. And why it's losing, well, I'm just gonna let you decide. You can pause the video right here and try to figure out a tactic that wins the game for black right on the spot. You can, if you want to try it, have at it. And congratulations to everyone who's able to find this move. The move is just amazingly rook to e1. This is coming, and there is no way you're surviving this. Rook to b3 was tried, but just queen to f1 check, king to f3, and queen to h1 check, king to f4, and a beautiful rook to d5. And it was on this move, on just move 34, that Parham Maghsoodloo resigned the game, and Gukesh got this spectacular victory against Parham. And yeah, this is absolutely amazing. The idea being that there are no checks. If you go for here, just king goes, and you cannot capture because knight is defending, and you're just complete piece down. You have nothing. I mean, your position is absolutely crumbling. Your and on top of that, your king is on f4, so you're just basically getting checkmated in a few more moves. And yeah, there is nothing you can do in this position. And Parham, realizing this, he resigned the game. Gukesh got this spectacular victory. Now he is, I think, 2 rounds are remaining. This is round 8. So this is round 8. 3 rounds are remaining. We have 11 round robin, and now in the 3 rounds there, Gukesh is now actually 6 out of 6 out of 8, mostly because he didn't play the first round, so he's like 6 out of 7. And with still 3 rounds remaining, that's absolutely spectacular score. I mean, this is a dream score in Olympiad that you could have for your country. That's absolutely amazing. So let's see what he does in the further rounds. So yeah, thank you all for watching, and I'll be coming back with games like these, so you can stay tuned and stay with the channel. And hopefully I'll be seeing you guys very, very soon. Thank you all.